It was in 2007 that I took a leap of faith in trying out Crisis Core when it first made its debut on the PlayStation Portable. Despite not playing Final Fantasy VII, it became one of my most cherished games on the platform. And when it was revealed that a remaster was going to be released in modern systems, I was ecstatic that I will be able to experience the game once again, with enhancements across the board. When all is said and done, Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion triumphs in almost every aspect from that of the original. 7 years before the events of Final Fantasy VII, you play as Soldier Second Class Zack Fair, aspiring for a promotion to First Class, a highly sought-after military position within Shinra, a power megacorporation, but in recent years has also shaped the world order through infrastructure and politics due to its massive sphere of influence. In his quest to become a first-class soldier is his mentor and dear friend Angeal, who trains him in combat, as well as instill values and principles to uphold, such as dreams and honor. It was another day of training when Zack receives an assignment to track down and return to custody first-class soldier Genesis, who has gone missing during a mission to end the war with a rival nation. As Zack sets out to find Genesis, he progressively unravels that not everything is as it seems. I will not discuss the story further to mitigate spoilers. Suffice to say, you're in for quite a ride, as the story still manages to tug your heartstrings, even with modern standards of storytelling. If you have not played the original release, I highly encourage you to experience this epic tale of triumph and loss, friendship and loneliness, selflessness and greed, love and hate, and last but not least, realizing and fighting for what truly matters. Fans of Final Fantasy VII are also in for a treat, as the game does not disappoint with regards to character cameos such as Aerith, Cloud, Yuffie, and many more. That is not to say that there is a shortage of new characters in this prequel, as I can argue that some of them are even better written from that of the original cast. But that is a conversation for another time. Crisis Core Reunion is an action RPG that features a revamped combat system that takes inspiration from the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Indeed, I immediately noticed the improvements the moment the game plunged me right into the action. The animations are far more fluid and feel more natural from that of the original release. It is also not as easy anymore to flank the enemies for additional damage, as I often exploited this in the PSP. Another prominent feature making its return is the Digital Mind Wave, or DMW in short. It is a slot machine mechanic that displays portraits of the major characters you meet throughout the game. Depending on the combination, you will receive perks such as Unlimited MP, Invincibility, and even a special unblockable attack called Limit Break if you are lucky enough to get the same character image in the 3 slots. It is also worth noting that in this remaster, the DMW is now located in the upper left-hand corner, rather than pausing the battle and waiting for the rolling animation to conclude, no longer breaking the immersion of combat. The most noticeable improvement in this remaster is the visual upgrades. From the environments to the model details such as Zack's sword, the upgrade from that of the original PSP version is undeniably eye-candy, especially in an era of gaming where remasters are used as a marketing tactic with nearly no graphical upgrades from their original release. My only concern is that due to the upscaling from the original game, some areas appear to be too clean for my liking, but it can be argued that it is nitpicking given the visual overhaul as a whole. On top of the main story, you can also take optional quests called missions, where mostly you have to get from point A to kill a monster in point B. Though I should be using the term optional loosely, as the difficulty in the main story will spike if you do not take on at least a certain amount of missions until you reach the needed level or receive needed equipment upgrades. A major improvement in the remaster is the indicator of how many chests can be picked up per mission, which is a major quality of life improvement for completionists. Although this video is titled Why It Is Good, I do need to point out the Achilles heel of this remaster, which is none other than the English voice acting. The new voice actors are by no means the worst that I have ever heard, but as a player of the original game, the new English voice acting is significantly inferior from that of the PSP. Immediately when I first heard the dialogue upon booting the game, I already observed this, and unfortunately, it remains the case all throughout the game. However, this does not deter the title from being a great remaster, and on the upside, the remixed soundtracks are also great to tune into. In case I have not made my point clear, if you have played the original Crisis Core on the PSP, I still recommend picking this up, as the improvements are large enough to merit a purchase of this remaster at a relatively fair price. This is even more so if you have not played this game. As someone who has not played the original and remake of Final Fantasy VII, I absolutely love this game all throughout regardless. Even if the main story can be completed in 1 to 2 days, assuming you played for long hours, there are still the missions to finish which can take a long time to reach 100% completion. And given that this is a remaster of a handheld game in 2007, do keep in mind that handheld gaming was very different from the standards set today. Rather than marathoning the game, I strongly recommend to play it in short bursts of hours and even in minutes to maximize your enjoyment of this title. The visual upgrades are a sight to behold and is truly worthy of being called a remaster, unlike the many re-releases in recent years. Combat feels and plays much smoother thanks to the overhaul as well as the additional button inputs available in modern systems from that of the PSP. Although the English voice acting is lacking, especially to old players, it is not terrible on its own, and if this really bothers you, you can always choose to use the Japanese voice actors, as this has been made available as well. Last but not least, I believe everyone should play this game at least once in their lifetime, because of the emotionally gripping execution of the storytelling. Sure, the story is not mind-blowing, or does not make your head spin, but what it set out to do, it delivers with flying colors, as no matter how many times I see the ending of the story and hear the outstanding soundtrack, I still shed tears because of how well implemented it is. As a bonus, Crisis Core Reunion also tackles origin stories that was not told in Final Fantasy VII, such as Sephiroth's descent, as well as how Cloud received the Buster Sword in full detail. I am very grateful that this game received new life, and is available in literally all modern platforms, as it is truly well deserved. I know that this video is far shorter than what I normally release, but due to time constraints, I decided to make this shorter but more substantial spoiler-free discussion. Please let me know if I should create more of this type of video moving forward. And if you have made it all the way here, I would like to say thank you very much, and if you have not already, do subscribe to my channel for more JRPG content. As always, have a great day, and I will see you next time.